Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak Live. I'm Hibah. Thanks for joining us. A portion of Hawthorne Boulevard remains closed after a fatal hit and run this morning. Around 10:30 a.m., Torrance fire crews and Torrance police arrived near Del Amo and Hawthorne Boulevards where there was a 5-car accident. At the moment, they're investigating it as a hit and run. One person is dead. Their identity has not been released, and another person was sent to the hospital with major injuries. 2 individuals were detained, and police are investigating on exactly what happened. A hot topic will be brought back to council tonight. Council members will decide whether to move forward with a conditional use permit to allow a new service station and a market on Carson Street between Gramercy and Andreo Avenues. In September, the Planning Commission approved the project, but an appeal was filed by residents due to the project's proximity to their neighborhood and its location within the Torrance Tract Overlay Zone. The project would potentially build a Towers market that would sell beer and wine. Many opponents say this type of business is not needed in their neighborhood, and they have concerns it will cause dramatic traffic impacts. And Torrance City Council will also decide the fate of whether Torrance residents will see an increase in their water bills. The Water Commission and the Public Works Director are hoping for council to approve a 5-year water rate and service charge adjustments that would go into effect January 1st. The proposal would increase water rates, adjustments, and various water service charges, amongst other changes. Make sure to tune in at 7 p.m. tonight for the council meeting. And if you're planning to drive on Hawthorne Boulevard this week, be prepared for some lane closures. The California Department of Transportation will close 3 lanes on Hawthorne Boulevard in both directions for emergency pavement work. The closures will take place today through Friday from 10 p.m. through the early morning. Officials say between Sepulveda Boulevard from Pacific Coast Highway, both northbound and southbound lanes will be closed. 1 lane will stay open in both directions at all times. The work is part of a $5 million emergency pavement project that started in September. The project is expected to be completed by the end of the month. Torrance police are reporting that they've seen an increase in vehicle theft arrests. The City of Torrance has 40 cameras that are automated license plate readers. The system captures stolen and wanted vehicle information, which is then sent to the police department. The latest report shows that between January and August 2017, the system has helped get back 442 stolen and wanted cars. 95 cars were found occupied, leading to more than 100 arrests, and 28 cars were found abandoned. Officials say that before the installation of what is also called ALPRS, there were only 19 reported incidents of stolen cars and 29 arrests were made during that time frame. Now, all data captured by the ALPRS are archived for no longer than 5 years. A local restaurant is giving back to combat diabetes. Every Tuesday this month, Bettolino Kitchen is splitting their profits with the American Diabetes Association in honor of Steve Giuliano, whose children run Bettolino Kitchen. The owners say the goal is to help raise money to find a cure against diabetes. Nearly 30 million Americans have diabetes and 86 million are pre-diabetic. The Giulianos also run Gaetano, which opened in the 90s in Torrance. Bettolino is located at 211 Palos Verdes Boulevard. And speaking of food, the Torrance Certified Farmers Market welcomed a new vendor. Every Tuesday you can find organic and slow bread vendor at the market. They're selling their artisan sourdough bread that is made with 100% organic ingredients. They have a variety of unique whole grain rye and wheat bread types.
It's all about health. It's all about life quality in the future of every of us. We are what we eat.
The market is open every Tuesday and Saturday, rain or shine. And it's the season of giving, and the Amo Fashion Center has announced its extended hours for the holidays. Starting on Thanksgiving, you'll see the mall will have their doors open longer. On November 23rd, Del Amo will be open from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Then on Black Friday, it will open at 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. Then throughout November and December, on Fridays and the weekend, doors will be open until 10 to 11 p.m. depending on the day. The mall will be closed on Christmas. And don't forget, Santa has also arrived at the Amo Fashion Center. You can visit Santa for holiday photos at Macy's Court. He'll be available from morning through 8 p.m. on most days. The last day to visit him is Christmas Eve. You can head to simon.com for the full calendar. The Volunteer Center South Bay Harbor Long Beach kicked off one of their largest volunteer programs. Just yesterday, volunteers from various businesses and organizations came together to pack backpacks for this year's Operation Teddy Bear, a volunteer-powered literacy program that provides school bags filled with books and educational supplies to first graders across the Southern California region, including Torrance. It also gives participants an opportunity to directly go to the classrooms and donate the bags while reading them a book. The first distribution day is coming up on November 27th. The center is still looking for volunteers. For more information, you can call Tricia at 310-212-5009. It's that time again to decorate the city's Rose Float, and the Torrance Rose Float Association needs your help. This Thursday at the Katie Geiser Civic Center Library, the association is hosting its first decorating meeting at 7 p.m. They're looking for people to help prep and cut flowers for the 2018 City of Torrance Rose Float Parade that is inspired by the Madrona Marsh Preserve. It's being called Protecting Nature. The float was designed by a Torrance High student, which has a pair of large wide egrets along with butterflies, birds, and plants. The parade theme is Making a Difference. The city has participated in this tradition since 1914. For the volunteer form, you can go to torrancerosefloat.org. Today, the sun was out with a bit of overcast. The high reached 73 degrees. Tomorrow will stay at that high with an expected low of 61. On Thursday, you can still expect those clouds hovering around with a high of 71 degrees. More people now may have high blood pressure because of new guidelines released recently. Almost half of all Americans are now considered to be in the high blood pressure category. The American Heart Association has lowered what is considered high blood pressure, which is now 130/80, compared to what was 140/90. 1 in 3 Americans had previously been diagnosed with this condition, but now 14% more will be diagnosed with high blood pressure. The new guidelines show normal as 120/80. A local art gallery is putting on a show that's a bit different than usual. Destination Art in downtown Torrance is hosting a show called Art to Go, where pieces of art are unframed and will be on sale without any previewing or pre-sale. This Saturday, people will have the chance to buy art on the spot starting at 3 p.m. 90 pieces were sold last year. They're located at 1815 West 213th Street, Unit 135. The annual Hometown Harvest Festival is back at Towers Elementary. Carnival games, food trucks, face painting, and so much more will take over the school this weekend to support the Timberwolves. And this year's funds from the festivities will go towards upgrading Towers Elementary's library and classroom technology. It's an ongoing project supported by the Parent-Teacher Association to help give students the resources they need to succeed. Towers began adding Chromebooks in their classrooms in 2014, and they say they're doing their part to keep up with the evolving technology.
Desktop computers in them, and there were, they only have so many, and so that's the issue of just having to get up from the classroom and walking over. They're so limited in their instructional time.
Our students are 21st century learners, and they're going to take this into the real world and apply it. Just having the technology at their fingertips and being able to use that is going to benefit them in their careers.
The PTA hopes to raise $12,000, which will provide an additional 30 laptops. By 2020, the goal is to have 1 Chromebook available for each student. Now on the screen, the Hometown Harvest Festival will take place Saturday, November 18th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Towers Elementary School. For more information, you can visit towers.tusd.com. And before the next half of Newsbreak Live, here are some upcoming events this week. Tomorrow, the Torrance YMCA will host their senior annual Huggy Bear Fall Boutique. It'll start at 10 a.m. and go through noon at the Torrance South Bay YMCA. You'll be able to find handmade fabric bears and other handmade items. The proceeds will help maintain the making of toy bears for children in traumatic situations and support the Y senior programs. And you can also indulge in different tastes of Torrance tomorrow from 6:45 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Bartlett Center. Old Torrance Neighborhood Association has invited local eateries to sample their food. Admission for adults is $5. For kids, it's $3. Then you can also support a local brewery as they celebrate their 8th year in business. Strand Brewing Company will host a party from noon to 10 p.m. this Saturday. The free event will have live music as well. Well, in just 2 minutes, Suzie Wand from the City of Torrance will talk about an exciting event happening on Thanksgiving morning. We'll have all the details on how you can participate. We'll be back in just a few.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Did that go okay? You have to provide an outlet for their creative expression. So good. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey. Ready for the...
Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic.
So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah. Bro?
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month. That's a lot. Isn't that a lot? Go visit SaveTheFood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
Welcome back to the second half of Newsbreak Live, and joining me is Suzie Wand, who is the Senior Recreation Supervisor for the City of Torrance. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. And the City of Torrance hosts so many great events every year, and one of those is the annual Turkey Trot, which is in its 38th year. Suzie, tell me about the event that's coming up next week.
Yes, as you mentioned, it's in its 38th year, which is really amazing. And it started actually many, many years ago. We had a sports administrator in the Community Services Department by the name of Harry Sutter. And unfortunately, he passed away due to a brain aneurysm. And a part-time staff member by the name of Forrest Hunt really wanted to come up with a special way to memorialize him. So he came up with the idea for the Turkey Trot Fun Run in Harry's memory. And so it started as a very, very small event. Forrest kind of got it together on his own back in those days. And now it's grown to truly one of the largest events the city sponsors.
It's something your department preps for months in advance. Tell me why this event is unique compared to many of the other events that the city hosts.
I think it's unique because it really is something for the whole family. There's a lot of different programs and classes that are offered for a certain segment of the population. This is something that truly offers something for everyone, regardless of age, ability level, and it just makes it extra special.
Registration has been open for a while. Early registration is closed, but people can still register now and even on the day of Thanksgiving. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. Regular registration is ongoing now. You can register Monday through Friday at our registration office, which is located in the west wing of City Hall. They're open 8 to 5. And then the regular registration fee is $30. That will be accepted through November 20th. Then we have late registration the day before Thanksgiving at the Recreation Center, and then the morning of the race, and that's $35.
Great. How many people are expected this year? I mean, thousands register, right?
Yes, we typically get right around 4,000 registered participants, and then there's several, probably several thousand others that are standing off in the wings and enjoying the event as well.
You kind of touched upon this, but what can people expect from this type of event? It starts early in the morning, it kind of gets the festivities going, and I guess there's no better way to work out before you start eating all of that food.
Exactly, exactly. It gives you more of an excuse to eat more later. So yes, they can expect to have a wonderful morning. It's great to get up and get some fresh air and just come out and be a part of the community. I think it's just really such a special feeling, and you see multi-generational families and neighbors and friends, and they're all gathered to just really kick off a great morning. So that is definitely something that you can expect. On the other hand, you can expect a large crowd, so we would encourage you to get there early, get a parking place, and get yourself settled in early, because it does get very, very crowded.
Speaking of parking, where are people supposed to park, and where is check-in the day of?
Check-in is in the parking lot, in the Sam's Club parking lot, adjacent to the start of the race, and you can park basically anywhere where you can find a spot. The Sam's Club parking lot is available, as well as the two Costco parking lots, both old and new.
And like with every event, there are some rules you're hoping people will follow. So what can people bring? What shouldn't they bring?
Well, they should not bring roller skates, rollerblades, skateboards, scooters. None of those items are allowed on the course. And probably most importantly is we ask that people not bring pets. It's super fun to be out there with your animals, and we understand that, but for safety reasons, it's just not safe to have them on the course. So we really ask that people not bring animals with them.
Every year, do you guys also host a food drive, or is that unique to this year?
No, we offer that every year, and it's just in the spirit of Thanksgiving. It's just really nice to have an opportunity to give back to the community. So anybody who is able, we ask them to bring canned goods, and we collect them at the race site, so you can just drop them off in a designated area close to the stage right before the race. This year, actually, the recipient will be St. Margaret Mary, their food bank, which services a lot of the South Bay area.
Besides the fun run walk, is there a raffle giveaway? Tell me about that. What's up today, or for next week? Sorry.
Absolutely, yes. We have a wonderful, and that's another thing that really makes this run unique. We have a wonderful post-run opportunity drawing, and we have all kinds of great prizes that include mountain bikes and gift cards to local restaurants and establishments, gym memberships. We have so many wonderful sponsors that are so generous, and so we appreciate all of those sponsors that have donated prizes, and would especially mention our presenting sponsor, Village Runner, who has just supported us tremendously over the years.
You mentioned to me that this event, so many different departments from the city come together to make this happen. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Sure. We just couldn't do it without the support of the other departments. The Community Services Department takes the lead, but we also have fire involved, we have police involved, we have Public Works involved, Cable is involved, just all kinds of departments that really work together to make it happen, and we're so grateful.
Turkey Trot is next week, but it doesn't stop there because the holidays are starting. And what are some other great events that people can participate in?
We do. We have a couple other things coming up. I would mention the Christmas Boutique, which is an annual tradition on December the 10th, and that's on a Sunday, and that's going to be at Wilson Park, and it's a really great place to do your holiday shopping and find all kinds of unique, one-of-a-kind, handcrafted items. So that's really fun. And then we have Breakfast and a Visit with Santa, which is another holiday favorite. That's coming up on the 16th of December. And that includes breakfast, a cookie decorating, holiday carols, a great show by Buster Balloon, and of course a visit with Santa, photo opportunity with Santa. And the tickets do need to be purchased in advance. It's $20 per person, and definitely do need to be purchased in advance.
Where can people purchase those tickets? At the registration office you mentioned?
Yes, registration office located in the west wing of City Hall, 3031 Torrance Boulevard.
And for viewers tuning in right now, the 38th annual Harry Sutter Memorial Walk and Run is next week. Where can people register? If you can just mention that information. How much is registration right now? and there's quite a few places where people can go.
Absolutely. You can register right now through our registration office. Again, the address is 3031 Torrance Boulevard. That's in the west wing of City Hall, the Community Services Department. And they're open 8 to 5, so you can register in person. You can also register online at torranceca.gov/turkeytrot. And that regular registration is open through November the 20th for the cost of $30. Then on the 22nd, the day before the event, we have late registration, which will be held at the Ken Miller Recreation Center, located at 3341 Torrance Boulevard, and that's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So anyone can come in anytime during those hours. Or they can also register the morning of the race between 6:30 and 7:30 a.m. at the race site.
Great. So a lot of time to sign up and get a good workout in before Thanksgiving, right?
That's right. That's right.
Anything else you'd like to add about the event this year?
No, other than we just would like to have everybody out there. It, again, is just such a great community event, and it's amazing that a city the size of Torrance that has so many people just really seems like a very small town on Turkey Trot morning. It just seems like everyone knows each other and so happy to be together and see each other. It's just a great, great time.
Well, Suzie, thank you so much for joining me, and happy early Thanksgiving.
The same to you. Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
You do the same.
Well, that does it for Newsbreak Live. And if you have news or video that you'd like to share with us, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. And don't forget to tune into the Torrance City Council meeting tonight. For Facebook and Twitter users, use #NewsbreakLive. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.